Hey guys, I want to make a quick video about uh, how to callus your cuttings fast. Um, so I just cut this one right now. I didn't make a video, but I cut this one right now. And when it's really hot out, it was like 93 here today earlier. What you want to do is cover your plant, most of it, and leave the bottom wound exposed. Let me show you how so I have this at an angle with this facing it's like at a 45-degree angle. But if you could have it upside down, that would be best, but this cutting's too big. So what I'm doing is covering most of the cactus so that the sun isn't hitting it. And the reason I'm doing that is because the sun is really strong and you're going to burn the skin on the cactus. You're going to really burn the skin. I'll show you one that got a little burnt. But when you don't have roots anymore, you don't have stuff moving around, and it could really dehydrate really quickly. So right now they're really fat because we just cut them, or I just cut it, from the mother plant. So they're gonna probably shrink a little. Like, I'll show you some that shrank a lot, but anyways, what I like to do is expose them like this. And you don't have to use sulfur, but I like to use sulfur. You could leave it like this, exposed to sun, especially when it's hot. See how it's kind of like a light green. It'll turn really it'll look almost dry after one day, even depending how hot it is. Here it's like in the 90s. So tomorrow afternoon this will be dry. Would look kind of dry. So I'll do an updated video tomorrow so you can see. But what I like to do, I do put sulfur in it. I have a big old box of sulfur here, and I don't drench it on crazy. I do want, so depending on the cactus, but I just kind of do this. I release it. I tap the brush and I just release, just a little. If not, your brush is gonna get full of the gunk. But yeah, this is what I like to do. This helps it dry out. Try to prevent some pathogens from getting in here too. Let me cut this right here. Oh, what happened to my saw? I don't know where it went. Anyways, let me see really quick. Yeah, for some reason my saw disappeared. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I like to do. And I'm gonna do an updated video tomorrow so you can see. So look at this. I just tap the brush, I tap it, and you see all the sulfur flying off. And that's what I kind of like to do. Alternatively, you could rub it, but I'm not big on doing that. You could do this, but I feel like you kind of wipe some off sometimes, So I like to just do this, and it'll stick to whatever's wet. It'll stick to whatever's wet. And then leaving them like this, exposed to the sun, will really dry them out really good. I was thinking if I had any examples, but I don't. And like I said, I don't always use sulfur. I have some over here that I did not use sulfur. Oh, these got uncovered. See, like the sun was hitting this, so it's semi-dry here too. I need to cut these. You know what? Let me find my saw, and I'll do a video of me cutting these and putting sulfur. I need to cut these because this one has an ugly end cut, and this one is cut too much of an angle. You see that? Yeah. 1 second. Okay, so I found my saw. So what I'm going to do first is cut this a little straighter here, because it's a really ugly cut here. I don't have my gloves, but I'll be okay. If I had the camera on the tripod, that would be better, but oh man, this is like really woody. You know what? I have my better saw in my car. This saw isn't the best, but it'll do. Okay, so, oh man, this is really ugly. Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to go deeper. So this is a really ugly cut. I'm gonna go here. Look, let me show you how ugly the cut is. Can you see? Look, my finger can go in here. It's cut really uneven. So I like rooting really straight cuts, kind of. It doesn't have to be perfect, but this one is way too crooked. I'm gonna cut here. So the flesh part cuts really easily, but the woody part's really strong. But it's going. Oh, that was a lot faster. Okay. So this, I'm just gonna throw up here. There's times I've done that and they actually root. But you can see it's a lot of a cleaner cut. It's all straight. And again, what I'm gonna do is put my brush in the sulfur, like so. And I'm just gonna kind of like tap and push it on there. So I'm not touching it with the brush. I just want the sulfur to stick to the wet part. Let me get more. Alternatively too, you could lay a pack. You could have sulfur, which I do this too sometimes. I'll do it next time. You could have sulfur in like a little plate or a Tupperware full of sulfur. Then you could just dip. You could put this down on the sulfur and then it'll be completely covered. But I kind of want it to breathe a little too, so this is why I'm doing this. I wanted more sun to go through to. Am I recording? Am I recording? There's a lot of glare, so I can't see. All right, that looks good. So this is what I want right here. See how it has sulfur? It's a nice straight. Look at how straight this cut is now. It's completely straight. So I'm gonna do that to this too, because if you see, you can see we cut it at an angle, mostly because of the benefits to the mother plant. You want to cut your cuts at a slight. It doesn't have to be this extreme, a slight angle, because then the mother plant, you don't want it to rain. Look, this is the angle it's at. It's pretty bad. So, you want that on your mother plant, because then if it rains, if you cut it flat, if it rains, you could have water stay on top, and that could rot your cactus. I have this Stellatus here, which you can see how we did the cuts at an angle also. See how it's at an angle? You can see back here, it's an angle right here too. It's an angle cut. So water that falls here is going to fall right off. It's not going to, if you were to cut it straight, water could stay on top, and then it could cause rot. Anyways, back to my my cutting of these, straightening these out. So here's this one now. Look, let me get straight across. Look at how crazy it is. It's crazy, right? So I'm gonna cut it right about here. Yeah, it's a nice little chunk, but it's got to be done. So, and I'm actually selling these, but I want to cut them straight, just so they're calloused. And this, again, I'm just gonna toss it. You could try to root that. I could put sulfur and try to root that. Maybe I'll experiment afterwards so I can make a video on it. So look at how clean this cut is now. Look at the angle. Look at how straight. Okay, so again, I have a box full of sulfur, and I like to use these big brushes here, and I'll go like this. Let me see. Here it is, and I'm just gonna kind of. So I'm gonna go like this, like in slow motion. I'm gonna go like this, and as I'm reaching the end, the velocity is gonna. And then I'm gonna tap it. I'm gonna tap the brush so it releases the sulfur. Since I'm not up above it, I'm on the side of it. So I'm gonna do this. So like this. Bam. as soon as I go as far as I'm gonna go, I tap it, and the sulfur will fly sideways instead of down. So yeah, this is what I do to help callus over the wound. Hold on one second. Let me see. It's really hard for me to see here. I see nothing but glare, so. Okay, and I have so much sulfur, so it's okay if sulfur falls on the floor. If I lose some sulfur, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I bought 2 boxes of it, and it's gonna last me a really long time. So I'm gonna do it a little more. Just a little more. Yeah, I don't really like tapping it, rubbing it. Yeah, I didn't like that I did that. So, okay, so there it is. 2 clean cuts. This is Stenoceras queretanoensis. And as you can see, I'm going to leave them here. I'm just going to cover them. Let me show you how I'm going to cover them. Just like I did the other ones. Let me just move this out of the way. Here. So now I'm going to go back here. So what I'm going to do, I have this cheap greenhouse cover which a friend gave me, and it didn't fit my greenhouse, so I'm using it to cover cacti and stuff. So I'm going to cover the whole body except the ends. So like so. It's okay if a little bit is exposed, but you don't want to expose the whole body. Let's do this. So I'm going to leave it like this. So as you can see, the rest of the cactus I covered with this. This will serve as a shade, and then I have the bottoms exposed, facing like this, so where the sun's going to hit it and dry it out. And I put sulfur, so that's going to help it dry out too. Try to prevent some pathogens, bacterial growth. But yeah, simple as that. I wasn't going to do an example like this, but here it is. Anyways, guys, happy cactusing, happy growing. Cheers.